Hey Taurus, TT is here with a channeled message for all of my Taurians within the collective that are focused on your dreams. Okay, we're gonna put it on the focusing on your dreams, right? Because we already know that you are closing out cycles. You're done. I'm done. I don't want to go back. I don't want nothing from the past. I'm really focusing on my passion. Some of y'all don't even really want to do this thing that you're passionate about, but it's almost as if you feel like you have to fulfill your life purpose or to fulfill some type of allegiance that you may have to yourself, right? So you may have made that proclamation like, I'm doing this for me and no one's going to interfere with it. No one's going to stop me. I've dreamt about this. I know exactly what I want to do. Some of you may be in this energy, excuse me, where you don't know exactly how things are going to play out. So you are like just playing with different ideas, seeing what works for you. There's also this energy of an online presence. So you could have an online presence, or someone that's connected to you may have an online presence. It feels like someone is dedicated to you, committed to you. They feel there's this sense of belonging. For many of you, it feels like finding your soul tribe online, or people that you connect with, and it feels really good to know that you're not alone, or it feels really good, or someone's going to feel this way about you. Take it how it resonates. But Spirit is saying for some of you, you're in this position of leadership, and people are going to be drawn to you, and they're going to feel this level of camaraderie. Okay, they're going to feel this level of like, I could trust Taurus, I could trust, or you could trust them. You're very honest, you're very straightforward. Many of you are cultivating this for yourselves, and you're stepping into your positions of leadership, and you know that this makes you feel whole, this makes you feel good. So I don't really feel like the success is at the top of your to-do list. It's not really about the success or the achievement for you. I'm picking up that it's about um like, you love a challenge. Okay, you love to challenge yourself. That's what I'm hearing Spirit saying. It's like you love to challenge yourself. And some of y'all may be the type of Tauruses where y'all take a risk, right? Let's say you have an idea but you don't have all the pieces or the components yet, and you might just jump in the studio and drop a whole mixtape. I don't know. Or you may be the type of person where you don't have the clientele yet, but you're gonna go ahead and just start buying the supplies like you already got it. You get what I'm saying? There feels like yeah, with curiosity in nature, there's just this aspect about you where you get her done. You know what I'm saying? You'll have a dream, and or have a vision of yourself doing something, and it's like, oh my god, I know that's going to be a hit, or oh my god, I know that's going to be really good. And you take a passionate approach to difficult situations. Yeah, there's a lot of clouds here. Yeah, there's good days and there's bad days, but I feel like the true nature of you is always wanting to grow. It's always wanting to expand. Things like that. Very Sagittarius energy. So let's see. So I normally don't even really use this deck, but I feel like when one door closes, another one opens. And what you need to know about these cycles and these seasons as they're changing and the world is revolving around you, or it's about to be, you need good people on your side. You need like real loyal, dedicated people you can trust, honest. And yeah, Spirit, you really want me to say that? You need the right type of people around you. For example, if you've ever been drunk, raise your hand. I've never been drunk. I've been, you know what? I'm going to share this story with you guys. But before we get into that part, if you've ever been drunk, raise your hand. One of the things that I've always noticed about people that drink, or what adults will tell you, like before you get out there and you start drinking, is like, make sure that you have good friends around you, or people around you that is not going to let you get drunk and then leave you in a room with somebody. You know what I'm saying? And they end up slipping you a roofie or something. Or make sure you have people that you go to the club with that isn't so focused, like they have this I came here with somebody type of attitude, and y'all would do this for each other. It's hard to find that type of real honest, compatible friendship, lover, relationship where you know if you were flat out on your ass and you could not be in control of yourself, whether it was from intoxication, whether it was from substances, or you just being like tired, you feel like those, like that person would be take care of you. Yeah, that's the type of relationships I feel like you're about to come into this season with. The reason why the doors are closing is because um there's something that you're going to do, and it may not be alcohol related or drug related or just being incapacitated for any reason related. It could literally just be you, oh my god, I see Sailor Moon crescent. Okay, it could just be something that's waning on you that you want to share with the world, and you want to make sure the right type of people are around you. And I feel like spirit is creating a space where it's like a very tight archway, where, I mean, you see how tight my fingers aren't even touching, where literally you may keep your circle very small, or spirit's going to encourage you to keep your circle very small, because whatever you're creating or whatever you're doing, like, it's going to change the world. And with all of these moon cycles, some days they're going to like you and some days that they're not. They're going to be moody or mood swings. People are going to agree with you and some people are not. But I feel like you're not being held back from expanding just because people haven't caught up to you yet. Many of you are so far ahead down the timeline that a lot of the people currently in your auric field, you've already teleported. You've already pretty much been catapulted or aligned to a whole nother dimension, a whole nother trajectory on your timeline. And the friction that you're feeling, or the resistance that you're feeling, is that very small space of, like, when you get the very last bit of raid, you know what I'm saying, and you spray it and it's just a little bit left, but it's gonna spray and kill the right roaches. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to just spray one roach. You want to save that little bit of raid for the actual nest. You know what I'm saying? Because you can kill one roach, but you're not getting to the source. You get what I'm saying? You want to find the hub. And wherever the hub is, when you get rid of that source of food, or that source of what they're existing off of, then you get rid of the whole damn, you know what I'm saying, infestation. That's what I'm feeling here. It's like, it's uncomfortable, but you got to get to the source. In order to create something new, you got to get to the source of where all of this is coming from, where is the hub. And, you know, as fucked up as it sounds, when an exterminator comes to your house, that's what they look for. Yeah, they hear you. Like, you got this infestation, they're all over. They're gonna go and look for moisture. Okay, moisture is like the right type of humidity, and a lot of times that might be behind your refrigerator, or if there's like a leak somewhere in the walls and you don't fucking know it. There's something about, you can't really see it because it's not in the open. It's behind the scenes. It's behind the refrigerator. It's moisture. And water is moisture. Emotions is moisture, right? So your emotional maturity, your emotional intelligence is really important during this time, because, you know, it's one of those things where because you have this passionate Sagittarius, yes, 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 I could do anything, I can get through anything type of energy that I'm picking up on, you might find yourself being like preyed upon, pretty much feasted on, because you provide a lot of moisture. It's the right type of picking, it's the right environment. They're like, oh yes, you're gonna love me just the way I want you to love me, because you're so warm and snuggly. That's the energy that I'm picking up here. And they'll put you through hell because you kind of like a challenge. You know, a person knows how to, like, just like roaches, they stake out a house and they feel like the house itself has like the proper foundation for them to sneak their way in and live a wonderful life. It's the same concept. When someone sees you in the world and they see how much you are rare and like your love is one in a million, they're going to do everything that they can to exploit um that adventure, the generosity, your ambition, your desires. You know, you may find yourself constantly having to negotiate with these type of people, get into debates or competition step by step. So every step that you've been taking has been lessons that you need to learn about the world and trust and who you should trust from your inner circles and your outer circles. So this way, when you are looking back on a situation or you are seeing how you got out of a situation, you're looking at it from the bright side rather than just sulking in the fact that you were giving so much but getting so little. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, introspection. They just want you to see another way of perceiving reality. Hold on, Taurus. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the oracle cards. Spirit, what message do you have for Taurus? If y'all are new, welcome to our love nest over here on Talk Taurus Tarot. If y'all are returning, welcome back, you guys. Be aware of anyone in the comment section pretending to be me, and be aware of anyone in the comment section projecting negativity. All information for booking personal readings are always in my description box. You can text me, book it yourself at talktequila.com. All right. So we got the whisper, integrity, and synchronicity. Yeah, this is spirit pretty much saying in a nutshell, like, who you're listening to. Okay? Being sure, like really knowing that it's spirit talking to you, that's spirit speaking to you. Because I feel like with the whisper here, this is like your clairaudience is really about to pick up for many of you. And it's transformational. That's what I'm seeing with the butterfly here. Yeah, it's like you're ascending at a rapid rate, intuitively, psychically. All right, especially for those of you guys that are channelers. Okay, you have your own channel, you have your own platform. Spirit medium, clairaudience is like you could be a writer, songwriter, or you just listen to whatever your spirit tells you to do, and you do exactly what it is that you want to do. I feel like the only space that you're receiving your confirmations from is internally, is coming from your own spirit talking directly to you in your own voice. Confirmation. Thank you, spirit. And you need to be in this frequency because not a lot of people are going to resonate with you. Not a lot of people are going to agree with you. You see the darker clouds here, and then it gets lighter and lighter and lighter. So the more you keep doing you, the more you keep being your authentic self and you keep shining, the more in harmony your inner child is, right? Throughout this entire process. Synchronicities. This makes me feel like the grid. I feel like you are ripping the rug from underneath a lot of people that you're in connection with, because you're kind of raising that vibration. You're raising the expectation. You're raising the fucking bar. That's for sure here. I wasn't going to pull the tea leaf until the end, but Spirit's telling me to pull a tea leaf here. So let's get it. Because I'm hearing like, should I do this? Should I say that? Is that the right thing to say? You may feel a little nervous to say certain things because you don't want to ruffle the feathers. You know, the world is extremely sensitive, but I feel like they're at a lower density, so matters like this bothers people, whatever it is that you're saying and whatever it is that you're speaking. But Spirit is giving you a confirmation that you're doing the right thing. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Spirit, give me 2 cards. So we have waiting for news, package, letter. It's interesting that we have a bird coming out with whisper, right? And then we have vulture, another damn bird. Unicorn, use your intuition to make beneficial changes. Inner child, another confirmation. Depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. Yeah, a lot of people are going to be against you. This is an uncomfortable space to be in for society, because I feel like you're going against certain social norms here. That's the energy that I'm picking up. Like, you, whatever you're working on is going against certain social norms. Whatever you're passionate about. Spirit, what exactly are they passionate about? Letting certain people go. They're not going to want to let you go. So you're going to get a lot of pushback. Okay, it feels risky. Like I was saying in the beginning, this is confirmation. You see how this person here is taking that leap of faith and doing something that feels risky, that feels unorthodox, that feels obscure. And then you have this bear here that is like, don't come over here with that shit that you're talking about. Don't come over here with that music that you're singing. Don't come over here with that idea that you have. We don't want that over here. So it's like you're being energetically blocked, not by spirit, but by opposition. And you need to have a very strong, clear channel of communication with your spiritual team, so you can know, like, these people can't check me. Okay, these people can't check me. Nobody can tell me what I'm doing is wrong. Nobody can check me on what the fuck I'm saying. So what is Taurus doing? Generosity. Okay, so I'm getting this energy, like with this Leo energy, you're stepping into this power. And with all of this congregation here, you see how at the top, this person is like speaking, prophesying, or you could be anointed. And you're speaking to the deaf, dumb, and ignorant. That's what I'm seeing here. Very low density matter, that they focus on people, places, and things. They focus on what they don't have. They can't help but to be negative. They can't help but to feel like they're high and mighty and they know what's best. And with generosity, it's like you're being of service and you're sharing the signs, the synchronicities, the prophecies, the messages, and things like that in the future. And you're going to have some that support you and you're going to have some that condemn you. But with Leo energy, you could be a Leo rising, Leo sun, and you could have Taurus somewhere in your chart. But again, you're being exalted with synchronicity. This is how you're being of service. And I feel like I said, you're using your intuition to make beneficial changes. You have some type of key to success, key to wisdom, knowledge. You have successful outcomes to your problems. And I feel like the problem that you've been having with unlocking this seventh density, the seventh dimension, or something that you're doing to elevate humanity, I feel like you are speaking about love in a way that's uncomfortable for a lot of people. The way that God has showed up for you in your life, the way that God has moved obstacles from your path, and how you're expressing that love and those messages with Bird here. It's like you are already always wait for Spirit to give you the confirmation before you even move forward, which is creating a delay, because it's like I want to double check and make sure that I'm hearing exactly what Spirit wants me to say, that I'm delivering whatever it is I'm supposed to be saying the right way. And it's like you're thinking for yourself and other people how it can be more approachable, appealing, and things like that. But it's like Spirit is saying, like, set yourself free from that expectation that you're responsible for how people choose to react to you. Look at this. You have Torch, spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. Now back to what I was going to tell you. Back to what I want to tell you before we get into your good luck visions here. I had literally, this is reminding me of a similar awakening that I had recently. So I took some I don't know if it was CBD or something like that, but they were some edible gummies, right? And it was called Sucker Punch. Now, this was like the first gummy that I ever took where it had like a horrible aftertaste. It kind of tasted like medicine, which didn't feel natural to me. It didn't feel like something that should have tasted there. Now, mind you, I'm already sensitive, right? So imagine like my level of sensitivity was like on 10,000, to the point where I was actually seeing shit, okay? I was seeing shit. I was damn near hallucinating, and I thought I was gonna die. I ain't gonna hold you. I was like, well, Lord, it must be my time. They're taking me out. And so I'm laying there and my heart is racing so hard, to the point where like it was exhausting just to exist. It was exhausting just to do something like breathe. So I literally gave up. I was like, fuck it. So my kids, I love them. I think this is the end. And I was by myself. So I was trying not to panic or be paranoid. Uh, and as I'm like giving up and closing what I felt like to be my will or my desire to, or my passion for life, I felt like it was all coming to an end. I'm not even joking. Like, it was something very different. Just closing my eyes was hard to do, because even with my eyes closed, I was hearing things, seeing things, and I was like, I'm gonna be fucked up forever. Pretty much to the extent of, I was like, they got me, Lord. They done got me. They taking me out the game. It's a wrap. I'll be back next time. That's the conversation that I was having with myself. And out of nowhere, I felt like, I was like, I need to go to the hospital. But I had no more power to even, strength to even like call. I couldn't lift my head. I couldn't lift my body. I was pretty much like paralyzed. Long story short, I started like projectile vomiting, and I'm laying on my back, and I'm just like, I felt like my stomach was being pumped, and whatever was in my system was being like ejected like quickly. And then I had to take a cold shower, and while I was in the shower, I thought I was falling, I thought I was drowning. It was horrible. It was a horrible bad trip. But and looking back on it, hindsight, and mind you, I ain't never gonna do that shit again, but because I ain't like it. So some people might like stuff like that, but I do not like not feeling in control over myself. And with spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding, I feel like I gathered from that entire situation that I needed to make sure that I was handling my gift or my responsibility more responsibly, if you get what I'm saying. Like, for me, knowing my level of sensitivity, knowing who I am, me not trying to do what's commonly acceptable by the rest of society. If it doesn't align with me, I don't need to do it, right? There are some people that may take shrooms. They may like it, or they may do different things. And it's saying that they say that it's supposed to be something euphoric and things like that. But I don't need, me personally, knowing yourself, you'll know that you don't need it for yourself because you already doing it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of times those substances may help certain people that have a hard time connecting or a hard time surrendering control to the divine, that it helps. But if you know that you are already developing yourself and you already know that it's working for you, there's no need to doubt it. And I feel like Spirit is just saying, like, you are operating from a space of love, integrity, and you're doing it, you're giving generously already. So you don't need to do anything extra. It's kind of what Spirit is saying. You're already receiving the downloads clairaudiently. But I will say, the fact that when I was a child, I was able to see spirits physically, like in the room with me with my two eyes wide awake. That's some place I like turned it off because it was a lot as a child to deal with. And so I just didn't want that gift anymore. So mediumship here is really showing up too. The visions, clairaudiently, cognizantly, whatever messages that you receive, I feel like you're being given the answer to things. So you may have gone through something similar, okay? Many of you are creating a way out of nothing. And you may wonder, like, are you doing it right? Are you doing enough? And Spirit is pretty much saying is you're developing at the rate that feels good for you. And there's no need to rush or push that evolution faster. Just trust in your spiritual connection. Because I feel like a lot of these locations and things like that, they're experimenting with things that were once natural substances, and they're not really operating from the highest integrity in what they're selling, especially in certain areas. So I feel like Spirit is saying it's a bad time to just trust anyone right now, especially with your spiritual gifts, because I do feel like there's something trying to like distort or eradicate or wipe out the spiritual community, especially those that are receiving these types of gifts. It's like they're putting some shit inside of these I don't even feel like it's just gummies and things like that. I feel like even in natural herbs and stuff like that, it's going to be very difficult during this time to find people or sellers or vendors that are really not shortening the supply or tampering with the supply. They're not operating from integrity. I feel like they've gotten in bed with certain type of pharmaceuticals. They've gotten in bed with certain type of people in certain positions, and they're coming for the spiritual community. So just be aware and listen up for signs and synchronicities, because they're aware. I feel like the elite is aware that there's this desire to get closer to source. There's this desire to get closer to the sun, and they are watching it, trying to interfere, hoping that you mess around and fuck yourself up. You know what I'm saying? Trying to connect with the divine. The divine is always within you. If you want to know how to connect directly to that source, connect with your inner child. Your inner child was born perfect, and despite your challenges that you had as inner trauma, that's the quickest route, the quickest channel to get to that ascension, and connect with that source consciousness. Let's get one more card for Key. Rebellion. I told you you're doing something like this. They're considering you like rebellious. You're not conforming. You are trying to wake people up from being depressed. You're trying to inform people, enlighten people. You're like a city. You're a fortress. You're a safe haven. You're a space that is indestructible. And you see this knife and this sword trying to penetrate the guards. I feel like they're trying to use trolls. They're trying to use negative projections. They're trying to find a way in to distort your vision and your perception to change your mind. And you may not have no physical evidence that this is the intention, this is the plot. All you have is your visions. All you have is, you know, what you're seeing, and you're sharing things from your heart space, damn near prophesying and giving premonitions and predictions. And with this sword energy, it's like these blood-sucking energies do not want you to go against them. So they're trying to like do some type of fear tactic or delay your spiritual development. It's not really a delay. It's kind of like a intercept your spiritual development. Make you question yourself. The whole objective here is to make you question yourself so much to the point where you go back to a familiar leader, or you go back to a familiar tradition or a familiar allegiance. You don't have to, you don't have to negotiate with terrorists here. That's what Spirit is saying. It's a control tactic. They control nothing, though. Nothing, though. This is self-control, self-restraint, letting your angels and them handle it. This quarrel, whatever this fight is, whoever is upset that they're losing and they're not able to get you to conform or participate and be impulsive and chase and do anything for the love of status, fame, and things like that. No, if it takes you 20 years, 11 years, all right, that's going to be what it is. Good luck is always still going to be promised to you. You continue being generous and you doing what you feel spiritually called to do, you're not going to be able to be controlled by the masses. But that don't mean that they're not going to send you chaos. They're not going to send you disruption. They're not going to try to find any way to interfere with your assignment that Spirit is given to you. I really feel like they try to take my ass out. I'm gonna be honest with you. And they always watching. Big Brother is always watching. You have feeling tied down or frustrated. This is what they want you to feel like. I can't do anything. I'm lacking the things that I need. Maybe I don't have enough, like that crab in the barrel. Like they want you to get back in line. This is like, get back in line. You're trying to leave your tax brackets. You're trying to leave your hoods. You're trying to leave your domesticated situations. You're trying to go against the restraint and the oppression that we placed on you. You're listening to a different God. Your God ain't the real God. Things like that. Pointing fingers. Trying to give you, like, this is a warning sign. I was going to take you out the first time, but this is a warning that next time you better act right. And it's like they want you to be afraid because they have the power to cancel you. This finger here, they have the power to spell over you, curse over you, make your life even harder. And they can use the people closest to you as pawns. But here you have God saying, no. You're making beneficial changes that are no longer keeping you stuck to addiction. It's no longer keeping you depressed, anxious, worried, and you are channeling in all your blessings and your prosperity and your inheritance. And it all started with you listening to your spirit, you listening to your third eye, you listening and waiting for confirmations and messages of when it's time for you to move, when it's time for you to be still. So, but like I said, they're trying to control Capricorn energy. And I feel like a lot of people assume that the devil is just this double horned, archetype. But really, the devil is your government. The devil is your churches. The devil is anyone that wants to control you and dictate to you how you're supposed to behave, live, and threaten you and fearmonger you and make you feel like you have to be stuck to one paradigm, or you have to be stuck to one belief. Going against that, you're going against the majority, and it's like you're one man, one woman going against an entire industry, going against an entire society. And even with all the numbers that they have, you're still a fortress. You're still a citadel. It's like you have millions of warriors in the spiritual realm. They've never been able to defeat you spiritually. It's always trying to distort your perception. The only way that they've been able to defeat you, even in the past, was by getting you to agree to a spell to mind control you, doing reverse psychology on you. So all of that shit is ending. All of that shit is ending because they have no control over you. This will, they have no control over you. And this has a lot to do with your 10th house, your career, your ambitions, your journey in itself. All right, your desires. What I told you. The Page of Wands. Some of you, if you've been struggling with trying to get your thought processes out, or struggling with questioning yourself, limiting beliefs, are you doing the right thing? I feel like something that was set up to destroy you was utilized as an opportunity to awaken you, or speed up your evolution in a way. So like, let's say someone was trying to take you out, right? Let's say that someone close to you may have been used as a tool to try to trap you. This could have been a relationship, a person, friend, family, foe. Because of your memories with that person, it's one of those types of situations where, like, what was that? Narnia? Chronicles of Narnia or something. Yeah, you know how the devil used their younger brother as a tool to betray his siblings, right? And restrict them and bind them, and try to make them convert over to following the Ice Queen, or whoever the queen was. She bribed him and then used him to go in and try to convert them over with the same type of fear tactic, where it's like, you're not going to be able to win against me. It was all a psych, And I feel like the war still happened, right? But in the end, when the lion came to him, he pretty much knew that person would be used as the protagonist, or that person would be used as the conduit to create more drama and strife. So in the end, even though the boy wasn't successful, he was still used as a way to give a overall lesson to his other two siblings. So it's something to that degree. I'm not really explaining it well, but this is like hurting people, as an opportunity where it's like, yeah, they hurt you, but I don't need to retaliate against you. I don't need to do anything to you. God's going to handle you. You take that up with God. You don't owe me an apology. You don't need to ask for forgiveness from me. You need to take that up with the Lord. And I feel like that's kind of where you send people back to the Most High, because you have no control over them. You know what I'm saying? That didn't mean the weapons are going to form, but the promise that God has made with you, Taurus, is that it would not prosper. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to be able to go back to work peacefully. 8 of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, the 2 of Pentacles. This is you being able to go back to juggling whatever it is that you do. Some of y'all have a spiritually based business with all this intuition. Things are about to be, you're going to be able to focus with this Queen of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles energies, what I'm picking up on. Something was intentional to try to make it difficult for you to do. Something was like deliberately trying to irritate you. Interesting. Why do I feel like the emotional aspect of this is not here yet? Like your love connection, or what you're evolving into, is being protected. It's being kept secret. I feel like you won't even know exactly who, what, when, where, and how something is about to transform, because these doors had to close and these lessons had to be learned in this space. Because right now we're talking about stability and being generous with that stability, right? And with this page of swords, this is telling me like you doing your due diligence, you investigating and really making decisions in alignment with what you see for yourself, what spirit has shown you for yourself as far as where you're going in life. And with integrity, it's the maturity or the emotional intelligence that you've been developing to know that there's always going to be vultures. There's always going to be someone that tries to disrupt your relationship, your connections, especially with feeling tied down or frustrated. There's something that's always going to try to restrict you from believing that this type of spiritual union is even possible to attain. It's not going to happen for people like you, or it's not supposed to happen for someone like you. And that shit is going to happen. You will have that high level ascended spiritual connection. That was fighting for. Dun, 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 dun. I'm hearing Mulan. Something about Mulan is significant here. Yeah, you're going through a transition. And in this transition, this is the resistance that I'm feeling towards. It comes with the territory. That's what Spirit is showing me. And it's like right now, for some of you, your finances are going to pick up when you go through this transition in union with someone else. It's like you're stronger together at this next level of success, and you need to have the right person by your side, not just anybody. That's what Spirit is saying. Can they stand the rain? That's my window. I can't stand the rain. I'm telling you. That's what Spirit is saying. And that's why this has been an ongoing thing. That's why this has been an ongoing thing. That's why these relationships from the past, these connections are having a hard time letting you go or dealing with the loss of you. They want you to be impulsive and make rash decisions and fall for their Ponzi scheme, I'm hearing. All right. This siren, this call. And it's because it's like, oh, if you do it with me, we can get there faster. If you get with that person I want you to be with, I'll let you guys acquire some type of success here on earth. But it's like, you don't work for no man. You're in no man's land. And they're trying to get you to submit. It could be to karmics or just to whoever they want. This is like creating alliances. You may have people that want from different houses. And when I say houses, I mean statuses that want to partner with you, but it's all for like the wrong reasons. Yeah. It has a lot to do with your inheritance. You have some type of ability and with adaptability, it's like you have a gift. You could have the gift of damn, there's a lot of symbolism in this card. Let me see. Adaptability. We have 3 and 8. And again with that crescent moon. So you may resonate with the crescent moon or Sailor Moon. So that's moon security, that's Gemini mentality and awareness. So moon in Gemini, this card here. 2 strange performers above a 4-armed figure holds a sun, moon, a dove, a growing shrub, and a flower. He stands on the back of another man. balancing an ankh and on his foot. Beneath is a boat, which is supported by four replicas of the magician's ape of Thoth. I think it's ape of Thoth or Apathoth, Thoth. So personal, the moon in Gemini personality rationalizes emotions and his or her need to talk and explore the whys and wherefores of feelings, can make for expensive phone bills. Early childhood memories will, to a large extent, condition the current thoughts and ideas of people with this planet sign combination. Geminians have an intensely strong imagination and sense of fantasy, coupled with a very good memory. Restless curiosity keeps this personality type constantly on the move, avoiding monotony at all. I think it's monotony. Y'all will correct me, I'm sure, at all costs. Spontaneous, quick-wittedness, and an ability to come up with the right answer most of the time is tiring, though, and nerves always suffer. Central nervous system. The negative aspect of this placing of the moon is a tendency towards nervous troubles and fidgety feet. Too many ideas and concerns running around inside the head at the same time is no way to solve problems. The person the adaptability card describes may even forget what he or she felt in the first place. The need to talk everything out, although of prime importance, must also be balanced with periods of mental relaxation. When this card is drawn, close relatives, brothers and sisters will be prominent in the life of the questionnaire and will always be a part of the response. Negatively, the adaptability card indicates a period of fidgeting during which it will be almost impossible to relax. Events. Important discussions with relations, taking examinations, confused thinking, information changes, secretive comments, laying one's cards on the table. So you don't have to have moon and Gemini, but there's some telltale signs that you're going to see, and it has something to do with your inheritance, Gemini, Scorpio energy. But I feel like you're going to be able to read. You may have this ability to read people very well, like their body language, how they respond to certain telltale signs. Okay, because you may be a sensitive yourself, right? But you've conquered this. You've balanced out that central nervous system through your ascension. You've brought into harmony. So you know how to relax when you need to relax and how to move when you need to move. You've learned not to overexert yourself. You have adapted to what's required of you strategically to tap into your spiritual inheritance, your spiritual gifts, and you're developing at a rapid rate. So it's almost like the tests are coming at you a lot faster. Yeah, and it's because you're giving birth to something that feels risky to the foundation the foundation. See the cutoff at the foot, the foundation of the rest of the world. So Taurus, those are the messages that I have for you for this reading. Remember to play dolphin energy, being in that frequency of the inner child. Swim in the happy joy of living. Inhale confidence and exhale fear. Dive into your wisdom. Go with the flow. Bottom of the deck, you have regeneration. I told you that's that chameleon energy. As a survivor, you are unparalleled. No matter what happens, you can adapt. What I told you. Embrace your transformation. Put on your new cloak. You are a master of regeneration. Sending you lots of love, wisdom, and guidance on your journey, Taurus. Until next time. Bye.